happening that y'all need me to fix, just say the word and I can fix it. Okay, and the recording is officially started. So hello, everyone, and welcome to the introductory session of Put the M in STEM Math Boot Camp. I'm Thomas, and I have a couple people here with me today who are a bit early, so they got to ask their questions first. But of course, anytime you come, you're more than welcome to ask whatever questions you need. So we are going to start by just going to the home page of the Put the M in STEM Math Bootcamp program. And what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to go over the website as it is and kind of let you guys know what I expect from you and what you can expect from me. So first and foremost, this is the page. Everything that you're going to see is going to be clickable on the left side. If you ever get lost, just click home. It'll take you back to the beginning. And everything on here is pretty much in pictures or hyperlinks. So like, how does this program work? You just click the picture underneath it. Bam, it takes you to the page that goes over the introductions. And this will go over most of what I'm going to say here today, but I'll clarify it on video so that way if anybody needs to reference it, they can. So first and foremost, this is me. This is a picture of my face. It's from a little while ago. I got a haircut. But if you click it, it'll take you to a page where you can make an appointment with me so that I can do an online session with you. Or you could just use my email to send, you can use my email address to ask me any questions you might need to know or set up a virtual appointment. You don't have to do it exclusively through there. If you send me an email, I'm usually pretty good about getting it back to you as fast as possible. And if you need time, I am here from 11 a.m. Central Standard Time to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. The classes begin at 5 Central Standard Time, so anywhere between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m., you can book an appointment and we can go ahead and work on whatever math stuff you need. It doesn't just have to be stuff in the program. I'm good to do anything basically from pre-algebra all the way into like calculus 3 and a little bit above that. So if you need help with stuff and you need some one-on-one time, that's perfectly fine. Just email me or set up an appointment. We can make it work. So general understanding of how this program works. I'm just going to scroll through this. You guys can read. I'm not going to read this all point for point. I'm just kind of going to go through it. So how do I get started? So if you go to the How Does This Program Work page, there is a link that says figure out what material you need to cover. It's this one right here. If you click it, that will take you to something called a skills inventory quiz. So this quiz is the only one I'm going to say you should definitely take if you're in this program. And the reason for it is if we look here at the questions cover every topic in the course. Now, granted, you're probably not going to need most of them. You're probably only going to need some of them because, again, we're running the gauntlet from pre-algebra into calculus. But the reason this is here is so that when you go, there's a date listed next to all of the topics for all of these questions. When you fill out this thing, it will basically give you an idea of whether or not you know the material for that day. Now, if you don't know the material for that day, and again, it's the kind of material you're going to be looking at, this will give you a good idea of basically a skills check. So like, let's say you come in and you're worried that you do not know fractions for Jack. Well, if you can get this question right, you probably know them well enough that you don't need to stick around for the entire 3 hours that day. But if you don't know it, it's like, ooh, that's something I should probably fix. That's maybe something I should work on. Again, not saying you need to stay the whole 3 hours, but it's just a topic that you might want to brush up on. There are, I believe it's 24 questions. Yeah, there's 24 questions, one for each of the day's topics. When you go to submit the quiz, so let's say we go ahead and hit submit, you will immediately get feedback. It'll tell you which questions you got right or wrong. It'll tell you what the correct answers are, so I'm not going to show all of those off. But the idea here is that this will help you plan out what days you want to come. So going back, it's like, okay, well, how am I supposed to tell what days I want to come? Well, if we go down to the notes icon, and you can see that one on the homepage as well, we have here basically all of the topics for all of the days, what dates they're scheduled, and the timing is always from 5 p.m. Central Standard Time to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And you'll see that these are all color-coded so that when you're looking at the schedule, if you know exactly what topics you need help with, you can just find them color-coded wise. So let's say that you just need help with calculus. You're going into calculus. You want to make sure you got a head start on it. Well, we scroll down to where July 7th is. Mostly we're looking at Pascal's triangles and limits. Pascal's triangle and limits are the main things that are going to make calculus faster in this course. Now, if you know that you're going to be in a course where you need Pascal's triangle anyway, then obviously you're going to want to come that day. That's why I went ahead and listed out the topics with their hyperlinks so that you can make sure you get the math you want. If you're not sure what math you want, again, just use the color coding to kind of help you with that. Someone mentioned probability. Probability is going to be leaned on a little bit more heavily with statistics. I just want to point that out here because that's not really obvious just looking at this. It just says descriptive models and inferences, which again doesn't openly say probability, but because probability and statistics go hand in hand, those will be the days where I go over it most. Now, to be fair, if you don't see something listed, but you know you want to learn it or you know that you need to learn it, we had someone mention geometry earlier. The free content days, or the days that are in gray, are days where the entire 3 hours is set aside for just whatever math it is that you want to learn. I have a question here real quick. I want to make sure I get it. Wait, do we wait till the last day to submit? So here's the thing. You don't need to submit anything for this course ever. It's not graded. Nothing here is graded in the sense of you getting points for anything. Because again, I'm not going to get you a certificate at the end of this. I'm not going to be able to go, okay, now you have credit for this, that, or the other. I'm only here to help you learn the material so that when you do go into a course, you're basically going to ace it. Like you're going to go in, you're going to have a super strong start, and you're going to just breeze through at least the opening material for the course. That way, you know, your time spent here is basically an investment in your future credits and whatnot. You do not need to turn anything into me ever. I'm never going to ask you for a project. I'm never going to ask you to have something in by a deadline. All of the material here is just to help you learn. Take it at your own pace. Now, that said, that means that you're only going to get out of this course what you put into it. So if you never work with me, you never do any of the practice material, you ignore all the notes, this course isn't going to do anything for you. Straight up, it's just not. Now, to be fair, I'm here at least 3 hours a day to help you out with whatever. So if you just need help learning something, again, shoot me an email, show up on a day. I'm more than happy to help you get to where you want to be, but I can't make you be here. You have to show up for me to help you. So just be aware that, like, I'm not going to nag you and bug you to do stuff. You have to take that initiative. Because again, like, you are either a college student or you're someone looking at becoming a college student. You're going to have to act like an adult in college, and I expect you to act like an adult here because that's what you are. You're basically an adult. I trust you guys that if you need help, you'll ask me and I'll provide. Okay, so that's where the notes and independent practice are, just to kind of look at it again. These notes are going to come with video notes. These video notes are made by me. So you will have video notes from me. That said, if my explanations don't work for you, or if you need me to expand on those notes, again, shoot me an email. Let me know. I'm more than happy to do so. There are also written PowerPoint presentation notes. The PowerPoints come with videos inside of them. So I'm going to scroll past through this one a little bit. Yeah, so right here. So if you download these PowerPoints and you go looking through them, all of the videos that are listed here, you can play these videos in PowerPoint. I also included time codes to go over the specific material I think you'll need from these videos. So with scientific notation, the whole video is relevant. That's why it says 0 to 10 minutes and 40 seconds. There are some videos where you only need like 5 minutes of a 30-minute video because the material you want out of it moving forward is that specific part of it. That's why those are listed there. And of course, at the bottom, you can just go to the next lesson if you want. Like if you just wanted to, you could just go through these in order, knock them out one at a time until you've gotten all of them. And again, it's at your own pace. Do whatever you feel comfortable with. I wouldn't recommend doing more than 1 or 2 a day, though. That's pretty fast. And then, of course, there's the synchronous session. That's what you're in right now. There's a lovely little schedule here that lets you know exactly what material I'm covering what day. As you'll notice, the time is always 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. CST. If that changes, I'll put that in there, but I will also send out an email so that you guys are aware of that. And of course, it links to the notes for that day. So let's say you missed Monday and you want to do, or Tuesday. Let's say you missed Tuesday, you want to go to Tuesday's notes. Here they are, videos and recordings of previous sessions. So these are going to be last year's sessions that are on here. I will label them as we go so that you know which ones are last year sessions and which ones are this year sessions. They're all going over the same material, so all of it should be helpful, but I'll differentiate them just to make sure you guys know. It's like, wait a minute, why are there all these people here that I don't know? That's weird. Like, I'll differentiate them. And then I already went over the additional resources. So yeah, that's just about all of the material for the program. Before I end the recording for people who are not here about today's program stuff, do you guys have any questions about the program that you would like to ask me while I'm here and we're talking about it? Ooh, I see something in chat. Oh, got someone new.
Yes. So how long will we have access to the course?
As long as you have the link. Rest of your life. As long as you can open, as long as you have that link, you can get back to this course. It'll be there.
Awesome.
Do you have a link to all that in an email or something? Yes, there should be. If you haven't received one, go ahead and email me so that I can email you back with a link to everything. Basically, as long as you have a link to the course itself, you'll be able to access all of this. Yes, if I'm
like the skills quiz thing, do we wait until the last day to turn it in, or do we like just
do it? Just do it and just write down what topics that you miss. Again, that's not for me. That is so that when you take it, whatever you don't get, you'll know what days you'll want to come to do stuff. Now, again, just if you fail it on the quiz thing, that doesn't mean much to me out of the gate. So like if you're taking the calculus materials questions and you don't do great on them, that's okay. If you're not trying to learn calculus, you don't have to come those days. That quiz is just there so that you know, hey, this is about where my knowledge ends in the program. And so if I don't want to come those days, I don't have to. So like if you do well on fractions, you don't have to come the fraction days, either of the fraction days. But if you want to, you're more than welcome to. Again, I tried to design this program to meet you where you're at. So like if the questions you do good on are the days you don't necessarily have to come for. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
No sweat. Other questions while I'm here? And Rustin, do make sure that I remember to get you that email because actually, if you don't mind me asking, there was someone who registered today. Rustin, was that you? Because if so, that would be the reason I haven't got your email out yet because I got it very... I was in the middle of something when I got it today, so I wouldn't have been able to send it out to you. You got the email? Awesome. Okay, great. And just so you know, if you somehow found this video without being registered for this program and you need an email for the link, just shoot me an email. I know I had my email up during this video, so if you see it, shoot me an email and I'll get you a link. Okay. Any other questions about the program itself? Is there any math resources or textbooks that you would recommend in correlation with this course? Okay, so with this course specifically, no. That said, I do know math textbooks, both that I have digital copies of and ones that I would recommend for specific courses that you're going into. If you will just let me know what courses it is you want to look at textbooks for, let me know. I have several online resources that I'm more than happy to share for basically any math course that you can imagine. The only exception being modern geometry. But like I said, I don't really expect anybody here to have to take that one. So I've got lots of textbooks. Just let me know which ones that you would like to see or like recommendations on. And I'm more than happy to either get you one of those or get you a link for one of those. Okay.
I gotta go at 5:55 today. Is that fine?
That's totally fine. Like I said, I'm only here to make sure you get what you need, man. If you got what you need and you got to head out, that's perfectly fine. You never have to stay for the whole 3 hours. You don't even have to show up at 5. Like in the future, if showing up at 7 p.m. is better for you, do it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No sweat. And just so you'll know, that is why we only switch topics every 2 days, because if we did a new topic every day, not only is that just a lot, that's just a lot of material in a very short span of time. It also gets really hard for people who like have kids and can't have someone babysit every night of the week. So we try to extend that window so that, you know, again, you guys get what you need math-wise. That's the point of this program. That's why we set it up the way we did. So any other questions before we stop talking about the program itself and move into math topics that people have asked for? Going once? Going twice? Sold. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording. I hope you guys watching at home are having an awesome day, and I will see you guys next time.